What's up, dudes and dudettes? We here again. Rodney, wait. Okay, cool. You got your microphone? Okay, cool. We got another top five. This is the top five of the 2000s, continuing our top five of each decade from the 60s onward. Onward, people, onward. And Rodney, of course, being the unprepared fuck that he is, was also not ready for this. I think I said in the 90s one, I'm like, Rodney's not ready for this one, but he'll be good to go for the next. And Rodney just springs on me. He's like, dude, look at my phone. I have nothing. I'm like, why does this not surprise me? Even though we talked about it earlier, but I guess I was talking to myself. Anyways, top five of the 2000s. What do you have for us, Rodney?
My top five will probably surprise you.
Oh my God, She's the Man. It was the
number
first,
one.
Yeah, it was. It was the first option when I typed in list of 2000s, and yeah, I actually don't even like my first three choices. I'm sorry, guys.
No, my number five goes to Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That movie was so brutal. I couldn't believe how, in my opinion, good it was. I know a lot of people, it's got like a 20-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, maybe even lower, I think.
It's phenomenal.
I love
All the
it.
little Halloween fans need to chill
It's
out.
out
And
of-
guess what? I'm one of you. I still love it. Separate it. It's a remake.
It's exactly what a
Enjoy it.
Michael Myers movie should be and consist of. So I love this movie a lot. Halloween 2, number 5 for me.
It's really surprising that would be in your top five. It probably isn't, when we do an official one. So glad he's not botching these lists for you guys. My number five is Pineapple Express. Yes, a comedy made this. Oh, I had a comedy in the 60s. We actually both did. It's a bad world. Yeah, Pineapple Express. Got to be on here. If you know me, I watch the movie endlessly. I can always throw it on. It's so easy to watch. And just, honestly, objectively, it's just a really good comedy that, like a bunch of comedies of that era, are just structured really well. Fucking James Franco, dude. Man, fuck James Franco, man. Not James Franco, dude. He showed everybody he could be a funny motherfucker. Because, originally it was supposed to be flip-flop the other way around. It's crazy. He's like, no, James Franco's got to be this guy, and it's all the better for it. Can you imagine Seth Rogen as Saul?
No, I couldn't see it any other way.
Imagine fucking Franco's Dale Denton. I just don't want anything to do with that. This is lightning in a bottle.
It's too obvious of a choice. That's why.
Yeah, and we can't not talk about Red up in here trying to get a motherfucking scholarship. He's fucking perfection, dude. Talking about dropping bullets on the ground. He's like, yeah, pick that up so I don't shoot my face off when I vacuum later. I'll never forget hearing that for the first time. Like, what that? Like, if a vacuum hit a bullet on the ground, like, pew, like bounce off the wall. Like, yeah, he was vacuuming his floor and killed himself. That's 1,000 ways to die. Death, if I've ever heard it. I think I might even say it in the review. Maybe I'm recycling shit. I don't know. Pineapple Express, number 5. Favorite comedy ever. I think I already revealed that, so fuck it.
My number 4 is a phenomenal martial arts movie. I forgot that the other martial arts movie came out in 2000s too.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Hero.
Wrong.
I love Hero so much. But I got to give it to Fearless. Fearless is my number 4.
Fearless Hyena. No,
Fearless is so good. The story is
Jet
so
Li
deep.
is just getting up in these lists.
Yeah, Jet Li was my shit back in the day. But Fearless just surprised me. The martial arts in it was astounding.
Fearless, some would say.
Fucking the story was great. The pacing was great. They even have an extended cut, which is like 20 minutes longer or something like that.
I don't think
and
I've
it's
seen
awesome.
the extended cut.
Oh, it's really good.
Or maybe I have.
A couple of the fight scenes are extended, but it's mostly story, which is awesome. But yeah, definitely Fearless, Jet Li, 2006, I believe, is my number 4.
The Fearless Jet Li. My number 4 is Logan. God.
Is that 2000? I thought that was 2010s.
I think it's 2009. Oh, am I looking at the wrong thing? Wouldn't that be something? Oh, yeah, I meant to shift this around because it said, oh, my God, that's what it was. And now I'm caught on the spot, too, dude. This is horrible. Because, no, Logan was in 2000s for some reason on the list I was looking at because I was going through a bunch of them. And I was going through them so quick, I didn't even piece it together. And I went to the 2010s. I'm like, why is Logan in the 2000s? So what would be my number 4 in the 2000s then? I actually replaced this. I fixed it, but I forgot to write it down.
What is it then?
Oh my God! Am I the unprepared fuck all of a sudden? Oh no! How the turntables. 2000s. Rob Zombie Halloween. I love that movie. That's up there for me. This is actually not solid. I might have to write like something down in the description because honestly, this like blindsided me. That is one of my favorite movies of the 2000s, though. And I'll piggyback on what you said. Let's show Rob Zombie some love.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie's
Which one?
Halloween, the first one.
Okay.
I love the second one too, but the first one is just fucking. They're both phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, there's Michael Myers on fucking steroids. Love it to death. And also, as this list goes on, I'm gonna try to like find in my phone or figure out what my original 4 was. So don't give up on that yet. But this is definitely up there. This is in the mix. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween, so we'll throw that on there for now. And maybe for good, and I'll write something in the comment section if I can't find it.
My number 3 is going to. This might be a little unfair, but I'm just going to throw all 3 movies in on it because they're all 3 in the 2000s. But Lord of the Rings in general has to be in the top 5.
I figured
even top 3. Lord of the Rings to me it's my bread and butter. I love Lord of the Rings. So just the lore, the world building that they did. We reviewed 6 hours probably worth of Lord of the Rings. So go check that out.
God, I wasn't even there. There was one episode I skipped. I was
Really?
like, fuck this. No, I'm just playing. I just chose to miss the day
Oh.
because I hadn't at all until then.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings in itself goes to my number 3 spot.
Damn it. This is going to irk me to my core. If I just looked at like my top 50, like I bet I could find this, but I don't have my top 50 wrote down anymore. I do it on a piece of paper somewhere. I guess we're just gonna have to move on. Number 3, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. This is what really should be on here instead of Rob Zombie's Halloween in terms of remakes, as good as that is. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is phenomenal. It's everything a remake should be. It's scary, it's dirty, it's fucking gritty, solid characters that you root for, amazing acting for a horror movie. Arlie Ermy just fucking killing it, especially with that scene with Morgan where he's like, oh, she shot herself. He's like, she shot herself, and he's like, have him scoot over, and he's like scooting the brain matter and everything over, and he's just sitting there like. He's just like, he's like, oh, I don't see no exit wound there. And she put that fucking gun in her mouth. And he's like, pull the trigger. And he's like, fuck you, motherfucker. He's like, and they're just like, Morgan, do it. And the other girl, Pepper saying, do it. And Jessica Biel's character is just like, no, don't do it. And then next thing you know, he does do it. Like, fuck you. And it's not even loaded. And he's just sitting there just like, you just killed a sheriff, asshole. Like, just that scene, fucking perfection alone is dope. And that's without even bringing Leatherface into it. That's how good this fucking movie is. People praise this remake, but I don't even think it's nearly enough. This is a phenomenal remake and movie in general. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake at number 3.
My number 2 is more of a personal movie for me. Goes to Requiem for a Dream.
I like it.
This movie means a lot to me, and besides a personal level, Jared Leto and even Marlon Wayans, seeing him in something like this was kind of alarming.
Damn
really.
good at it,
yeah,
too.
they both killed it. But yeah, it's just a phenomenal movie, and it's a very dark, very tough movie. So if you're an addict and this could possibly cause triggers.
No, it's fucked.
It's it's a fucked movie for real. But it's really good. It's really deep. Requiem for a Dream, my number 2.
All right, my number 2. Or is it? If you forgot this movie, you're gonna hate yourself too. No Country for Old Men is my number 2. We just reviewed it It's phenomenal.
It's all right.
It's not too bad. Yeah, I know it's coming. No Country for Old Men is. I mean, we just reviewed it. I mean, do I need to repeat myself? I mean, I can. It's just great. One of the best villains in movie history. Some people that don't like it as much don't like the vagueness of it, or like how like sporadically like something can happen to like a main character. All that stuff like adds to it to me. It adds the authenticity of the film. It's such a fucking beautiful yet dark movie that is supremely acted across the fucking board, dude. God, No Country for Old Men, number 2.
My number 1 comes in the form of a film
No shit.
that stars Tommy Lee Jones and Javier Bardem
The Fugitive.
and
Love
Josh
that movie,
Brolin. This movie's called No Country for Old Men. Have you heard of it?
I've not.
It's really good. It's a comedy.
Ooh.
And
I'm trying to think of one funny scene.
yeah.
There's a few.
No,
actually,
the
little things.
No Country for Old Men, like everything you said and more though. Like this movie, like
Yeah,
if y'all
one up
watched
me
our
then, okay.
review,
Yeah.
it's you know where we stand on this movie. The villain aspect is flawless. Just the coin toss scene alone is enough in this movie to make it what it is, and it's beyond great. The character development is unbelievable. You just believe everything that's going on. It's not over the top. There's a couple scenes where it might seem like it is, but yet it's believable, with what's going on. So I think, No Country for Old Men, well deserved number 1 spot for the movie in the 2000s.
I dig that. My number 1 is where I was supposed to show Rob Zombie some love. Devil's Rejects. The Devil's Rejects is phenomenal to me in the darkest ways. The way, or just the fact that I can like these demented characters as much as I do. Like, I just love them. Down to, like, the stupidest jokes, like, when he's like, I'm just going out here to dig up some guns. He's like, Hoss, I think I can still smell your wife's pussy stink on this here gun. Hope it don't rust the barrel. Like, just most horrible, like, he basically raped that chick. And I'm over here laughing my ass off at these jokes he's saying. Of course, it's a movie, but still, there's so many, like, this is, like, my biggest thing. Like, there's a lot of people. This is, like, the most regurgitated thing ever. And I get it. Sometimes Rob Zombie's a little too much with the trailer trash lingo, and it gets to me sometimes, especially in, like, more of his, like, later movies even, where it feels like he's pouring it on to, like, spite the people that talk about it. I can see a complaint to some, but I feel like people do like to regurgitate things. They like to go, oh, yeah, I don't like that either. It's kind of white trash. Let me blend in with the crew. But here's the thing, man. You get rid of that white trash, you also get rid of the, like, hope it don't rust the barrel. You get rid of fucking Otis's lines, fucking sitting there talking about old dude. It's just like, he gets up, he's like, oh, that's my wife, because he's like, who's in the fucking shower? Like, his how wide-eyed he gets, and dude thinks he's gonna be hard shit, and Otis is like, what the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do, man? And then basically that same dude, like, obviously not a badass like he'd try to come off as, he's just like, Hoss, the next thing that comes out of your mouth better be some Mark Twain shit, because it's definitely getting chiseled on your tombstone. Like, there's so many fucking amazing lines. So,
Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these.
Even when they're sitting there and Otis is trying to control shit, and Baby's like, God damn, that's a fucking nice-ass jacket. And he's just like, what? He's just like, on the TV, he's like, can you focus on the fucking business at hand here? Like, there's just so many fucking great lines. Fucking Captain Spaulding, just like, don't you like clowns? Aren't we fucking funny? Like, I mean, if you get rid of Rob Zombie writing, sure, you're going to get rid of the trailer trash shit a little more, but you're losing all that. He's actually a really good writer in spots, too. And now you could be like, the writing of the script, they're not talking about that. They're talking about little lines people fucking say, dude. They're memorable. They really fucking are, dude. He's got so many fucking things like that. I'm trying to remember what, oh my God, I don't know. You know me, Mr. Blank on the spot. The main, I should know it because it's his brother's name in the first one too, and I do know it. But the main sheriff or cop is trying to fucking track him down. That whole beginning scene where he's like explaining everything, where he's like talking to one dude, he's like, "Are you gonna get toe tagged, body bagged, and something, something? Are we crystal?" Like, there's just like little lines that are just like, God, that's badass. Just the way they say it and do things. Damn, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna shine some
And of
light.
course, do the Freebird scene. I mean,
Dude,
come on.
I can't hear that song and not think about it. Like,
Yes.
that's an all-time classic, one of the best songs ever made. But there's no way for me. Like, Rob Zombie found a way to take that and fucking turn it into, like, now you think of his shit. I'm looking at Rob Zombie right now, actually, staring at me. It's weird. I didn't even notice that. I was like staring into the poster of Rob Zombie and talking about it the whole time. I don't know if like I did that on purpose and I forgot or like I just sunk up. But yeah, I don't know. And not just Devil's Rejects at one, but I'm trying to be like that breath of fresh air where like I'm like the one person that's like, yeah, dude, Rob Zombie actually does have some good writing. I can get how it might be a little overbearing and he goes a little too far. But the fact that like nobody talks about like some of the things he has wrote in his movies that are fucking great. He's got some great one-off lines. You got to take the good with the bad, and all I'm hearing is the bad. Like Rob Zombie, he's not as good as Tarantino, but he's Tarantino-ish in a horror way for me, especially his like earlier films with the way he carries conversations and shit that doesn't make sense. Like, goddamn, look at that fucking jet. Like I'm saying, like who would do that? But it's just like it works because it's Rob Zombie. Similar kind of thing. Not putting him on his level, but I mean, put some respect on dude's name. That's all I'm saying. That'd be my number one, and I still don't know what my real number 4 is. So y'all are shit out of luck, dude, and I hate that for you. But
We'll find out eventually.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll throw it on the next video. I'll be like, guess what my real number 4 was on the 2010s? It's Logan. I'm like, oh, shit. I forgot to fucking write it down again. I can't believe I had to write that. I remember I was on that fucking deck, and I was like, why did I even have... That didn't make any sense. It's in the 2010s. Why did I even think that to begin with? I'm like, let me erase that, and I never erased that. God damn you.
Do better. Be better.
I don't want to hear it from you. Of all people, I don't want to hear it from you. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. We're going to get shit fixed. Love y'all, man. Hope you enjoyed it.